What's up, guys? I'm John Borbo with IGN. Are you just dying for the release of Until Dawn, trying to find some way to hold out? Well, we may have a taste of that horror flavor that you're screaming for. A few of us sat down to play Camp Grizzly, a board game set in the theme of 70s and 80s slasher movies, designed by Jason Topolsky of Telltale Games and Pixar Animation Studios, with art by Pixar artist Austin Madison. Join us as we try to keep our blood on the inside on this, the first episode of Cardboard Conquest. Camp Grizzly is a heavily thematic, cooperative horror game set on the grounds of an isolated summer camp where players begin the game by taking on the roles of camp counselors with different traits and abilities. Our characters will convene at the campfire as night grows ever darker. You see, a shadow is waiting amidst the trees, a homicidal, bear-obsessed maniac named Otis. We'll talk a little bit more about Otis as he carves his own path through the game. Let's have a look at Camp Grizzly being played.
I am Jody. I have a movement of 3. And I am going to head towards the keys. 1, 2, 3. I will draw a cabin card. And as per usual, Otis strikes.
Oh, that's a great start.
Only draw terrible cards.
Our prima donna takes the stage. Our hulking, garden tool-wielding, plaid-clad, angry teddy bear. For me, Otis is the mechanic that really defines this game. Otis is controlled by the game, so his behavior can be impossible to predict, which increases the intensity of surprise moments like these.
Oh no!
Otis strikes. And Otis strikes again.
Oh my gosh. No!
Otis will stock counselors on the board, but as you just saw, the drawing of certain cards means that he can move to your location and attack at any point. This creates a suspenseful and genuinely scary environment. Otis's movement value, attack value, and damage level are noted on his card. We'll get to combat in a bit. First, let's get some more blood on the board.
How long do you suppose it would take to kill a person with something like this?
I mean, Tracy's a little horrified.
No, horrified, not horrified.
I don't understand your
There's
accent,
no
girl.
W in that word. It's not looking good for me. I'm not going to lie.
So let's take a look at the counselor cards. As we saw, I am Jody. On the left here, we can see that your health and movement are linked. As you take damage, your movement slows until you are almost dead, and then you run your ass off, without any inhibition, to get away from the bear. During the movement phase, counselors can spend 1 movement to pick up items on a space they come across, or if there is an item on their space at the end of their turn, they will get to pick it up for free.
So I will end here, which is great, because when my turn ends, I get this objective. And it is a crank.
What you get, Cranky?
I got some crank, like Jason Statham.
In this situation, I got the crank. We will acquire items like these to fulfill the requirements of one of the 8 possible ending cards, giving counselors the opportunity to escape the horrors of Camp Grizzly.
You gonna fight him?
I think you don't
have
have
to-
another option.
No.
Sherry, take him
So I roll
down.
Alright, so we've come to it. Combat. Trying to fight a hulking figure wearing an adorable bear mask can be off-putting, but at some point we've got to make a stand. This is how you fight the bear. First, you've got to have a weapon to fight Otis unless a card says otherwise. Second, you roll the die associated with your weapon, and Otis rolls the die associated with his attack value.
Please roll a 1.
Okay, you got it this time.
Ready?
Then you include modifiers, and whoever rolls higher wins.
Oh!
Ties, of course, going to Otis.
Otis wins the tie. He's like the house in Vegas. Come at me, Otis.
7. Literally impossible to beat him.
I can do this. I just hope I can roll an 8 on this 6-sided die.
I believe in you, Tracy.
If Otis wins, he deals damage equal to his damage stat, and the counselor will panic away in a direction of their choice, equal to the number of spaces noted as their panic amount. If the counselor wins,
Chop, chop, pop,
However,
pop, chop, chop, pop,
I think
pop.
he's...
Otis can never die. He simply disappears into the woods to reappear sometime in the future.
So Otis has been removed from the board. He's going to roll to see where he shows up. He will show up at number 10.
Oh,
Right on top
Sherry!
of Sherry.
No! I just got the
Oh,
keys.
Sherry.
There are 2 types of cards in Camp Grizzly.
I get to draw 1 survival card.
A survival card, which is almost always beneficial,
Ooh.
and cabin cards, which can provide weapons, health items, can change the game state, can compel Otis to attack, introduce cameo characters, or even provide the aid of little campers. Introducing Old Man Rufus.
Old Man Rufus.
I'm Old Man Rufus. You kids are gonna die!
No.
He's a cameo.
Cameo! The band Cameo appeared. No.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a great idea.
Word up!
In general, cameos wander the board messing things up for counselors until Otis comes along and kills them, which also makes things more difficult for players.
Is this the end of Old Man Rufus?
Next, I would like you to meet Lunchbox. Lunchbox is a camper that can be under the care of your counselor. Campers have abilities that usually benefit your counselor, though campers like counselors can die and will raise the body count when doing so.
+1 body
Never
count.
mind.
Who'd you find, Tracy?
I love
What
that
happened?
band.
Otis's stats increase as the body count rises, or when cabin cards instruct you to do so.
Excuse me, everybody's seen this body.
Though this is a cooperative game, through every playthrough, I found that if you do not have something needed to help the rest of the group escape Camp Grizzly, your fellow counselors become increasingly willing to leave you behind and face your gory end.
And I'm gonna take your keys, Sherry.
I'm
Useless
useless
to us now.
and I'm about to die.
You could go down at any point,
Tracy
Sherry.
is a backstabbing girl.
You didn't want to say girl.
Look.
there.
Not being able to trust your friends provides another stress-inspiring dimension to the game.
So, I am dead.
That
You can get
could
through
not
the.
have been. That could not have been better timed for me.
You know, it would be a better time for me if you brought me back to life.
I think you're dead, Jody.
No!
Sorry, Jody. Like that's nice. It was nice working with you.
Dude, you guys suck.
Grizzly, which is
bring
a
back Jody.
terrible name for a camp.
If you bring
quite
back
frankly.
Jody! If you bring back Jody!
Bring back Jody and I will.
Yes!
Justice.
I don't think you guys are going to end up waiting for me anyway.
I mean, I love you as a person, John Borba.
And you suck again. And now we reach the finale.
Let's pick this one.
Sharks and minnows.
Here our adventurers try to escape by boat. Our counselors attempt to swim away from our big bear baddie. Let's speed it up.
Almost two.
So he gets everybody.
That's okay.
All right, discarding a weapon.
I don't have any weapons. That's okay.
Karen's dead.
Is she really?
I don't have any weapons. Tangled in thick reeds. 30 minutes pass, but Otis does not surface. Splash.
We win.
And that is it.
Well,
We got
we,
away.
meaning the two of
We.
you.
So
We won.
Sherry and Tracy both get out. Karen and Jody. Karen drowns, and Jody's just like
Yeah.
waiting in the dining hall. All right, thanks for watching.
It looks like several of our terrified campers made it out alive, while Jody was not so lucky. And that, my friends, is Camp Grizzly. Blood was shed, innocents were killed, and we laughed the whole time. You can pick up Camp Grizzly at the link below if it tickled your terrified fancy. Thanks for watching Cardboard Conquest for all your board game needs here on IGN.